Hey volunteers, if you've made it this far, it means you're right at the front door of the Writing Center, and if you're a visitor, you have essentially just survived the butcher shop. What you're about to enter is the last exhibit inside the haunted house. Visitors will essentially walk this way, and you'll notice that this is the hallway towards the language lab, if you're familiar with the SCLC building. This obstacle we are calling the meat grinder. The meat grinder essentially extends down the entire hallway. Coming down from the ceiling are black bags on the right and the left, and one black bag hanging for each set of tiles that essentially lowers the ceiling. So the hallway will look like a tunnel, like part of a meat grinder. The butchers will essentially tell the visitors to stop right here. They have to wait. At the end of the hall, the butchers will yell for fresh meat. The grinder sound effects will start, and these butchers who are here at the waiting area will start pushing the visitors down the hallway. This is a super high intense area. You are going to be probably standing, sitting, moving, and really paying attention. There's going to be a lot of noise, and it's really important for the grinders to be coordinated. As the visitors start to go through, again, what they'll notice is black bags on their left and on their right. So they won't see any of the stuff along the halls. Behind those black bags will be the grinders. What you can see is that there's essentially grinders on both sides of the hallway. And what their job is to listen to the butchers who yell for the visitors to start moving. As the visitors do, what happens is they'll notice that the ceiling is getting lower and lower and lower, making them have to essentially crouch to keep going forward. Right around the area of the water fountains, the grinders will hear the command to squeeze. The sides of the walls will essentially start closing in. This is why the grinders have to be super coordinated with each other. There's grinders all along the left and the right, and they will be holding these bags and pushing them to essentially make the visitors keep going down the hallway as it continues to get narrower and narrower, and also as they start to get closer and closer to the sound of an actual meat grinder. By this point in the hallway, the ceiling is very, very low. The grinders have essentially squeezed all the way close, which means that the visitors will be probably crouched down and especially single file. So again, this is going to be a really intense role because you have to be comfortable pushing some of the visitors. You won't really be outright touching them, but you will be holding these black bags that will be attached to PVC pipe. So it will almost be like you're moving forward at them with these black bags in your hands. The other thing is, the visitors won't see you, which means the best thing is to make a lot of noise. We don't necessarily need the people in this hallway to be in costume if you're a grinder, but you do need to be physical and you do need to be loud. By the time the visitors get to the end of this hallway right here, there will be butchers and captives on the other side of the grinder. The grinder effect will essentially be at the end of the corner of the Writing Center if you're looking in the hallway. It's going to be a series of fans that give the effect that the visitor has to walk through the blades. Now again, remember, they're crouched super low. And so what they're going to have to do is wait single file to find a good time to run forward and escape the blades. If they do, what they will encounter all along the hallway and all along the floor are the bodies of people who didn't quite make it, other visitors who are obviously captives, and there may even be some people who have barely made it out right here in the corner. The only choice that they will have is to try to find the exit hall. Right here at this corner, which is essentially the corner for this long row of faculty offices. This hallway is going to be extremely dark. The people who are working the end of the grinder, the butchers, and even the captives are going to try to get up and follow them, which means this hallway is going to be super dark. And likely, if you're a butcher in this area, you're going to be chasing the visitors all the way down to the end of the hallway. What they're probably going to follow is simply a strobe light at the very, very end. Again, this is a very narrow hallway, which means probably they're going to be running and probably still single file. When they get to the end of the hallway, they're at the exit. Remember, when people come in the building, they're coming down the back stairs. This is the same way that they're going to leave, but they're essentially going to leave going up the right side of the staircase. This will help us keep traffic going in and going out. And in